Many of us Nintendo fans love the Mario Party games, so much that perhaps it'd be fair of us to expect Nintendo to show off their latest hardware with a new Mario Party. But since the original Wii came out, that hasn't been the case. The system would launch with a new party game IP, and whatever Mario Party game would come out for the system wouldn't be received as well as the older games in the series. Now luckily Nintendo did produce some good party games to show off their newest systems. The Wii had Wii Sports, the Wii U had Nintendo Land, so of course we expected something similar for the newest system, the Switch. Well, we got this. A motion-controlled party game that's not a pack-in game. It's 1-2-Switch. Now like Wii Sports and Nintendo Land, this is another minigame collection designed to show the world what these new controllers can do. Of course, by new controllers, this means the Joy-Cons, not the Pro Controller. There are 28 minigames total here, but apparently when you first get this game, you have to unlock the rest of them by playing 4 already unlocked minigames as a warm-up. Well, that seems a bit unnecessary, don't you think? The presentation of this game is kept pretty simple. It's mostly videos of actors demonstrating how to play each minigame, and then while you're playing, you get simple but clear pictures showing how the game's progressing, and then the results afterwards. The sound is much more of a factor here since you're meant to look at each other most of the time, and fortunately the sound design is pretty good here. As the trailers clearly showed, the minigames of 1-2-Switch are meant to show off the HD rumble, advanced motion controls, and IR sensor, and for the most part that goal is achieved. It's pretty impressive to see how much these Joy-Cons are capable of doing. I was especially impressed by how the HD rumble actually makes it feel like there are marbles inside the Joy-Con. The games that did the best job of showing the Joy-Con's abilities were usually the most fun, mainly games like Baseball, Quick Draw, Count Balls, Fake Draw, Samurai Training, and Wizard. Or this one, Signal Flag. Huh. Kinda looks like a new age Shy Guy Says. Actually, that would make this game more intense. Wait! Crap. No! My eye! My f***ing eye! But like any minigame collection, there are some weak games too, like table tennis. The two players are supposed to use the Joy-Cons to hit a virtual ball back and forth, and like baseball, you're supposed to judge where it is and how to hit it based on the sound. But unlike baseball, this doesn't work. No matter how you visualize the table in your head, what matters is how the game says the table is laid out, and usually that means a lot of hitting the ball at the net or missing it entirely because you can't tell where it is. Sword fighting is a fun one, but it doesn't seem to be perfect with how it reads strikes and blocks. There are a couple of games in that same boat. And there are games that feel kind of pointless, like Telephone. All you do is answer the phone faster than your opponent. It may have the same basic concept as Quick Draw with who reacts faster, but it just isn't fun, certainly when compared to the good games here. Then there are games where the motion controls affect who wins, but they don't feel like your movements really matter in the end. Or in the case of the game Zen, your lack of movement. Now, just to see how good this game is at reading the Joy-Con, I did this. I set both Joy-Cons on the ground and just left them there until the game ended, which it did. I left the Joy-Cons on the ground and didn't touch them, yet the game tried to say that they moved enough to where there was a winner and a loser. This, I suppose, could be fun, but it apparently is one of those mini-games with an unfair score system. Surprisingly, there are a couple of single-player mini-games, and that's where things get weird. One game you actually hold the right Joy-Con in front of your mouth, and you have to make constant bite motions. It's one of those games that, like most of the collection, is meant to be fun with a crowd of people laughing at how stupid you look. Go, man, go!
Nice score.
Nice! Alright, Cat. Thanks, human. Now it is your turn. I dare you to do this one.
What the hell? That's a game here? I'm not doing this one.
Do it now.
Alright, fine, I'll play this baby game. This is a real thing. Oh, come on, none of your older brothers cried like this. Even your adopted brother hasn't cried like this. Aw, he's sleeping. This is still freaky. It's pretty clear that the appeal of this game comes from playing it with others. Even having scenarios of friends watching the other two players engage in a minigame and everyone is laughing together at what's happening. I can see a lot of that happening in games like this. What do I do with this? There's already been a journalism website that pointed out the obvious joke about that minigame. I'm sure everyone above age 12 could figure that one out. Do I make the joke anyway? Is there any point? What is the purpose? What is my purpose?
It. It's gently moving the Joy-Con slowly up and down as white stuff squirts down on the screen. The jokes write themselves. Let's just get to the recommendation already.
So alone, there's not much of anything to do in this game. With friends, there's a lot of fun to be had here. I do admit that when Varsha and I played this, we did have fun with it. Except with table tennis, of course. But even with how fun this game can be, and with how impressive the Joy-Con abilities are, this is still a pretty shallow game. I don't really see it as something people will want to spend a lot of time playing. That makes it problematic that this game not only isn't a pack-in game, but it costs $50. Are you kidding me, Nintendo? $50 for a shallow minigame collection of 28 minigames? I'm sorry, Nintendo, but this isn't in the same league as your previous launch party games. See, with Wii Sports and Nintendo Land, those games still had some good depth to them that made them fun to play a lot, especially Nintendo Land. Plus, they came packaged with their systems. Or if you wanted to buy them separately later, they were decently priced for what they were. But this game is neither of those things, and that sucks because, like Just Dance, it can be a fun party game. If you can ever get this game for $20 or less, or if Nintendo makes it a pack-in game in the future, then I suggest you get it. But at its current asking price, just hold off on this. The Switch has better games, and more good ones are coming soon. Well, that's my review of 1-2 Switch. If you liked this review, check out my previous reviews of the Nintendo Switch hardware and this other Switch launch game Snipper Clips Cut It Out Together. See you all next time.